Welcome to a celebration of women entrepreneurship in the food processing industry. The awesome program for women entrepreneurs is pleased to announce the names of the 2020 Recognition Award recipients. 12 deserving women entrepreneurs, 4 from each of the provinces of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, have been selected for recognition. The women that you will meet today have all made significant progress in launching, growing, and expanding their food processing businesses in the Prairie region. Each award recipient has successfully overcome business development barriers and production challenges to bring their unique food products to the consumer market. These talented women entrepreneurs are making a significant contribution to the Canadian economy through increased sales, added employment, and greater profitability. We applaud their accomplishments. Before we introduce the 12 award recipients, we would like you to meet the people who have been involved in the overall development and design of Awesome. The Awesome program is the creation of the Saskatchewan Food Industry Development Centre. Over the past decade, the Saskatchewan Food Centre has seen an impressive growth in the number of successful women-owned food businesses. However, the centre recognizes that women are underrepresented in the processing industry. As a result, the Saskatchewan Food Centre has seized an opportunity to create customized programs and services designed to encourage and support the growth of women-owned businesses in the food processing sector. With the support of the Government of Canada, the Awesome program was initiated.
I'm Dan Prefontaine. I'm the president of the Food Centre. I've been with the Food Centre since 1999. A little over 21 years. I oversee strategy and business development and operations on some days. The primary role of the Food Centre is to help entrepreneurs to grow their businesses and to help entrepreneurs get started in the industry. We do this through our capacity in new product development, interim processing, and incubation. The Food Centre recognized that women are a huge contributor to our food processing sector and that, like any business, they need support. And so what the Food Centre wanted to do was two major things. One is to recognize their contribution to the industry, which we do through some programs within Awesome. But the second one was to make sure that they had the support to be as successful as they could possibly be at their businesses. We identified early on things that entrepreneurs needed are training. They need support as a group just to be able to bounce ideas off other people who have already had these experiences. When you look at the amount of effort and energy they put into the industry, it's incredible.
The result of women's business advancement and expansion in the food processing sector will be millions of dollars in economic growth. Women will generate new business ventures, create employment opportunities, and will generate profits through local, domestic, and international sales. Awesome was created to capitalize on the potential of women-owned food processors and to support women as they work to achieve their business goals and objectives. Shannon Hoodknife provides oversight and guidance to the program.
I'm Shannon Hoodknife, Vice President of Innovation and Technology here at the Saskatchewan Food Centre. I've been here for 11 years and I oversee the extrusion program, the ingredient innovation program, and the Awesome program. And I would say over the last 10 years we've seen an uptick or an increase in women entrepreneurs starting new food companies, especially in the local Western Canadian region. They're starting new food companies with products grown in Saskatchewan and they're looking to diversify their income and grow these small businesses into something more successful. It's important for the Awesome program to support women entrepreneurs over the 3 provinces because a lot of the women entrepreneurs' problems or issues are similar. We can build and grow the network that these women can access, and so that they have access to a lot more women entrepreneurs going through similar issues where they can leverage each other's knowledge and support and grow, hopefully, even bigger. We see the farm to fork philosophy happening with the women entrepreneurs that I've been working with. They are taking locally grown and locally sourced raw materials and putting those ingredients into their food products for sale. We've seen a number of successes already starting to be generated. These achievement awards, when I watched them, I was just so proud. Actually, I got the hair on my arms stood up. I was just so incredibly impressed with what these women have done. And I think, how can you not get behind a program that helps these women continue to grow? My vision for the Awesome program is to continue to have it grow and expand, potentially reach out to support other sectors, other underrepresented groups, but I think really it's to help grow more women entrepreneurs in this particular region through Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Alberta, so that we have more women being more successful, generating a wider diversity of products for us to choose from.
And now to the stars of our show. The food processing industry in Canada is vibrant and strong. There is a growing demand for the quality products that Canadian companies produce from the highest quality ingredients grown in Canada. The Canadian prairies have many women entrepreneurs who are taking advantage of the consumer demand for simple, clean, natural foods that use locally sourced ingredients. Western Canadian mustard farmers represent the world's largest and most successful producers and exporters of mustard seed. Carly Minish has recognized the value of the high-quality raw materials that she finds all around her Manitoba location. Carly produces a line of flavor-infused mustards under her company name, Smack Dab. Delicious mustards such as Canadian maple, cranberry wine, and wasabi lime are just a few of her tempting options.
I produce a line of gourmet mustards. We were kind of inspired by the local products around us. We focus on using primarily Canadian ingredients, including 100% Canadian prairie-grown mustard seeds, which we're very proud of. We have a line of gourmet mustards. They're really meant to inspire and to be used in ways so much more than what you typically think a mustard would be used for. So I went to culinary school, I spent time working in restaurants, and then I pivoted a bit to work a little more in the food manufacturing. And I think it's helped me in so many ways in terms of, efficiencies in the kitchen, planning your practices, ordering ingredients. I think that my training as a chef was definitely incredibly helpful into this next step of my life. My goals are always changing, they're always evolving with the business. Right now, I'm really happy, I'm really excited about where we're headed. We're really establishing ourselves in the West, in BC and Alberta. In the next 5 years, I want to just continue to nurture that and hopefully one day have a national listing in one of our relationships in our stores. So that would be probably a goal of mine, or a dream anyways. But we'll see, it changes all the time. Every year something else comes up or we pivot a certain way. Maybe a different product line would be in the works for us, which I think would be really cool because we have so much brand loyalty already. For me anyways, I've started to kind of learn that balance is really important. Just being confident in yourself. I think that it's important to know that you can do hard things and that when things are hard, I think that it's just important to be confident in yourself and know that you can get through it, and that really makes a big difference.
Western Canada also provides the highest quality pulse crops in the world for Laura Gustafsson to work with. Laura has developed a consumer product rich in pulses to meet the growing consumer demand for plant-based protein. She produces plant-based meat alternatives using chickpeas, fava beans, and lentils. At her company, You Live It, the focus is on the production of nutritious plant-based protein products that are filled with vitamins, minerals, and fiber.
I'd been working in healthcare for over 10 years, and I was literally seeing what food and diet was doing on the operating table, and I thought there has to be a better way. Our product is a delicious soy-free meat and dairy and tofu alternative made out of sustainable chickpeas, lentils, dry peas, and beans. So it's like You Live It. We're Swedish, and so it means to live and alive in Sweden, but we changed it to have a little bit of fun. For anybody that's looking for plant-based protein options, a high protein, quality ingredient, it's a great option. So for the millennials and Gen Zs, it's also great for their parents and their grandparents. We need to figure out how we're going to feed 10 billion people and double food production by 2050 in a healthy and sustainable way. So I really feel that Canada and the prairies and You Live It are really poised to be a big global contender in the plant-based food revolution. To be successful in business, I think you need to have some thick skin because you're going to be told no a lot and you're going to have to take a whole bunch of different routes. And I think not knowing is some of the best things. Like that can be one of your greatest assets because you can do things differently than anybody else. Go in it with your heart, do what you love. I think you have to be adaptable and constantly curious, like always wondering what else is out there and being really excited and passionate about what you're doing.
Mary McLean is another woman entrepreneur that has focused on using a plant-based protein ingredient to make her product. Happy Dance Hummus uses chickpeas as the main ingredient. But Mary's hummus is no ordinary hummus. Mary has crafted a gourmet product using unique flavorings to appeal to the consumer's desire for culinary world adventure. Chipotle lime, coconut Thai, and curry masala are 3 of the 6 flavors that Mary has developed, bringing an international flair to Happy Dance Hummus.
We make hummus, and we make it in 6 different flavors. We use fresh dill, fresh onions, garlic, cilantro, parsley, loads of spices, tons of lemon juice. When you taste it, it is really present and rich and flavorful. We began to notice that every time somebody tried our hummus, they would either do a little skip, or they would do this involuntary body movement. When we started to think about branding our product, I said, it's Happy Dance Hummus because that's what people do. We are one of the very few hummus producers in Manitoba that are actually Manitoban, that are local. I think people are understanding the value of chickpeas and pulses and how beneficial they are to your health. And there's such a large and growing vegan community. There's just such a vast array of people who are into hummus these days, and so we hit a good niche market. I was a high school music teacher who made great hummus. And suddenly I found myself in the business world making hummus for stores. Being in this business is not for the faint-hearted. I had to decide, I'm good with change, I'm good with challenge, and it's what's going to set me up for success and the business up for success as we face challenges, because there's always going to be lows. I love being a woman entrepreneur, and I think this is the best time to be a female entrepreneur. I have found amazing favor and support and encouragement along the way. And I'm so grateful and happy to be in this community of female entrepreneurs, especially in the food processing sector. There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Perhaps one of the oldest and most commonly known prairie field crops is wheat. Darlene Dosh of Dosh Organic Acres produces the wheat that she uses in her food product right on her own farm. After the wheat is harvested, it is processed into a crunchy snack food product known as Wheat Crunch. Wheat Crunch is offered to the consumer in 6 different flavors. Darlene is successfully taking her organic grain production from field to fork.
We have actually 2 products. The main one was our Wheat Crunch. What we do is we grow it in our field, right off our farm, and it's an ancient grain. Courgeon wheat is then produced up here at the food center in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. We take it and we process it into a crunchy snack that boasts lots of nutrition. And then from there, we sell it across Canada into grocery chain stores and other small local stores. At the beginning, we didn't know if we'd be successful or not. I think anything you take on, you start off in baby steps, as an individual and as a team. And my team is my family, and we all work together with it. Being that we are a farmer and that we're local and we're organic and we're vegan, that we actually are offering a lot with the community, a lot what our customers are wanting. Right now, we're kind of more in Western Canada. Our goal is to hit all across Canada and to continue and to build our own plant and make it grow. But again, take step by step by step, and it's getting there. It's grown a lot even within a year. We've never quit. From the day we started, we've always grown it, and we've continued to grow it. You have to be able to get through the blocks, and you're going to have them every time, and that's about being an entrepreneur. It's not going to go smoothly, but when it does, the feeling of each day when you have a good day, take that good day and just go with it. And there's so many opportunities out there for women. Our governments, our family, friends, it's all help. Everybody's there to help you. You'll succeed. You can do it.
Judy Wilkinson lives in northern Saskatchewan on a bison ranch. She saw the potential to produce a quality dried bison product that was made of healthy, tasty, natural ingredients. Judy's bison sticks are made from smoked lean bison meat, flavored with cranberries. The result is a delicious, chewy burst of flavor that is great as a snack in a children's lunchbox, eaten as an energy booster, or served on a cracker with cream cheese.
We've been interested in healthy snacks for kids particularly, is kind of how this all started, and that motivated us to try to create a snack that didn't have a lot of junk in it. We just have the Trails End buffalo sticks. We call it Cranberry Craze, and it comes in 3 sizes, the 20 gram, 40 gram, and 200 gram. Our business has always been customer driven. If people ask for a different size, a different package, we try to work that in and go from there. We love to go to consumers direct. We're not really doing very much retail sales, very specialty stores. There was this competition for snacks for space when Chris Hadfield went to the International Space Station. Chris and his team tasted it, loved it, and they ended up ordering some, and it went up on the Russian supply ship to the International Space Station. I've never really thought about the difference of being a women entrepreneur or just an entrepreneur. I just think, well, this is what I do, right? I'm a spreadsheet queen. I love to do spreadsheets. I like to send orders out in the mail. I love the sound of the tape going around the boxes. For anybody wanting to get into a business, I would say, you know what, just follow what you think is right. If you think you've got a really good idea, just go for it. Try it, see how it works, see how it feels inside your body. If it feels like you're doing a good thing, you're doing a good thing.
The day-to-day management and operation of the awesome program is done under the direction of Chanukah Wick. Chanukah is passionate about business growth and expansion and is committed to providing unique programming and excellent services for women entrepreneurs in the food processing industry. Let's take this opportunity for you to meet Chanukah.
Awesome has many initiatives where we support all businesses in different stages. One of the initiatives we run currently is called Awesome Leaders Mentor Circle. It's an online meeting every month where we talk about relevant business topics influencing our entrepreneur success. We also just launched an accelerator to help high potential products move across their borders, across their provincial borders to different markets. Awesome is based in Saskatchewan, and we work with 2 other food processing centers in Alberta and Manitoba so that we can ensure our entrepreneurs get regional support across the 3 prairie provinces. It's important to recognize the accomplishments of women entrepreneurs, particularly in sectors that are challenging. Food processing is an extremely challenging sector with many risks. Entrepreneurship is inherently difficult as well. So when you pair the social challenges that a woman faces along with industry challenges and you see someone overcome these risks and not only survive but thrive and also have the ability to celebrate, that is really special. I want women entrepreneurs to learn how to move from an entrepreneur mindset and an entrepreneur lifestyle to a CEO lifestyle and a boss. When we focus on our customers and we focus on that bottom line, if you're creating a job for yourself and maybe someone else, that's real impact.
While some women entrepreneurs have built their food businesses on the value of locally grown raw ingredients, others have focused their entrepreneurial ventures on the production of cultural foods. The ethnic diversity found in Canada offers significant market potential for cultural foods. 2 of our recognition award recipients are building food processing businesses, which are designed to share the unique flavors of specific international cuisines. Tang Sang Sawang produces a fermented Korean condiment known as kimchi. She knows and understands the flavors and tastes of Southeast Asian foods. As a young woman entrepreneur, Tan experimented with recipes in her home kitchen and learned to make kimchi. She produced small batches of kimchi, shared it with friends and family, and gained valuable feedback. With confidence in her product, she sold kimchi at the Regina Farmers Market. Today, Tan makes 3 different lines of kimchi: original, spicy, and vegan.
My product is kimchi, which is fermented cabbage. When someone come and ask me at the farmer's market, I simplify, I call it sauerkraut on steroids, and that usually click pretty fast. What motivates me to start my food business is a combination of, want to connect with people and passion for home cooking. I don't know if my product had a potential or is going to be profitable, but I know how to test it quickly and cheaply. First, I make a small batch, give it to friends and family. I got great feedback. And then I find the next venue that I could go on, which is the farmer's market. It's cheap to start with. There's small regulation you have to go by, but it's very manageable. And then I start to see feedback from people. What I love most about being a women's entrepreneur is actually having the support of network of other women's entrepreneurs that is helping me. Women only made up 30% of the food processing sector in Canada. So there's quite an imbalance there. And I'm glad to be in this space to shift it a little bit. When I was doing my first couple of the kimchi batch, I started to notice that the cost was a lot and the profit doesn't turn as much as I was expected. But then I started to read more on startup stories, startup life cycle, that they're saying that when you start a new business, it would take 3 to 5 years to get it going and to start turning profit. So then that's when I realized that what I'm going through is actually a normal life cycle of any startup. So I'm just grinding through and keep doing the same thing I love as long as I have the confidence that my product is good and there's a demand for it.
Mia is from Myanmar, formerly known as Burma. Under the brand name of Mo Foods, A has developed food products that offer consumers an opportunity to taste the national cuisine of Myanmar. She produces a delicious line of soups. One of the soups is a culturally traditional sweet and sour fish soup called mohingar. And another soup is a chicken coconut noodle, which offers a tasty and satisfying earthy sweetness. A has a vision of selling her products internationally.
What motivated me to get into this food business is that we couldn't find our food, our cultural products. And then I decided I want to do this food processing business to be able to share our cultural foods to the rest of the world. This food is originated from the Golden Land, Myanmar, before it was known as Burma. So this is a national food in Myanmar. The first is mohingar, is the national. Second one is the famous chicken coconut noodle. This is the first two that I've developed right now. I do believe that there are so many Myanmar immigrants, not only in Canada, all the worldwide, who are looking for these quality foods. Entrepreneurship is very tough. So being a startup, it is very difficult to get the financing. Alberta Women Associations, they give us a very generous business loan. This helped me to get into the production stage. That is the high standards of the quality and the high standard of the food safety. Next 2-3 years, my goal is to have our own processing facilities. Right now, I am getting up, thinking new things and learning new things every day. And I'm creating and I'm using my best of the potentials.
Many women entrepreneurs in the food processing business develop their food business as a way to address specific dietary needs. Judy Gs is a great example of a woman entrepreneur who has built a business designed to focus on things that diet-conscious consumers require. Judy has created 5 different allergy-friendly pizzas and a line of plant-based vegan cakes. Judy Gs food products are made for those consumers who want a choice of products that are free of gluten, lactose, egg, and soy. Although Judy's products are free of certain ingredients, they are certainly not free of flavor. Judy's motto is, keeping life delicious.
I produce a line of low-allergen pizzas and superfood cakes. So we started with the pizza line 15 years ago, and we've just introduced the cake line this year, so we're very excited about that. Our products are developed for primarily people who live on a special diet or have food sensitivities. So if you had that moment where you went to the doctor and they said you can no longer eat gluten, or you need to not have dairy any longer, or you're lactose intolerant, it could be a really discouraging moment. Our company slogan is keeping life delicious, so that at that moment, there's still hope. I chose to go into my business out of a personal life story. It wasn't something I really planned to do. I originally was on the national team for the sport of biathlon, and I started having problems with my health at that time. So I went to McGill and started studying dietetics. My whole plan was to go into medicine. But while I was there, my health continued to deteriorate. Then I discovered that changing my diet was the key to really changing my health. And so I became passionate about making products for people that have food sensitivities. One of the greatest challenges in working in food can be regulatory. There are really high food safety standards in Canada, and when you're a new startup, that can be quite daunting. But in Alberta, we're very fortunate to have the Food Processing Development Centre. So we've been working with the centre. It's been an excellent partnership that's helped us to expand our business. One of the most important attributes needed in order to be successful in your business is just to have a confidence that you don't have all the solutions today, but as you encounter problems, that you're going to find a solution. I get to wake up and every day do something that we're creating and building. One of the most inspiring parts of owning my own business is just the feedback that you get from people. This is the very first thank you card that I ever received in the mail, and it was just a customer who was so elated to find a gluten-free pizza that she could eat. Not only do I go to work, I get to have really fantastic feedback from people around me and be part of creating a community and culture around food.
As a young triathlete, Colleen D was always on the lookout for products that could fill her need for easy-to-eat, highly nutritious, energy-boosting food. She wasn't able to find the right products, so she decided to make her own. The Gorp Clean Energy Bar was created in her own farmhouse kitchen. It was so effective for Colleen that she began sharing it with others. It wasn't long before Colleen decided to scale up production. She now operates a manufacturing facility on her farm at Niverville, Manitoba. Although the Gorp energy bars are still a hot seller, Colleen has identified value in adding a number of additional energy-boosting products to her line of Gorp World Creations.
The first product that kind of started the company was an energy bar. And it came about after I had my first child and started training to do triathlons. So it was one of those innovate by necessity type of situations. And I made it for myself, started consuming it. People started asking for it. The impetus for the company, as far as what we want to inspire in people, is to remind them that the best things in life are free. And you can get outside and have access to nature and our amazing creation, no matter what demographic you fall into. When I kept my vision really customer-centric, they started to push to create a demand behind the scenes that I couldn't see. So that changed my messaging, and it changed the way that I appreciated and talked to my end customer. Sometimes you don't wait to become confident before you act. Sometimes you just have to do the action to become confident. Now when I find myself making excuses in my head, I can kind of snap myself out of it and just say, do it afraid. That's not an excuse. You have to do it afraid. It's so easy to lose track of what you want to do and what you should do and what you think other people are expecting you to do. Being true to yourself and figuring out what actually does make you happy. Your passion is what your footprint's gonna look like. And you want it to look good, and you want it to do good. And you want it to have a domino effect. Just to keep it given, not just be taking.
It's not uncommon for women entrepreneurs to have started their food business in a small-scale, home-based kitchen. Through detailed planning, careful risk assessment, and hard work, many successful women entrepreneurs have scaled up their initial home-based businesses and are now operating larger operations with several employees and significant product sales. Business growth is always on their minds, with much larger domestic and international markets within their reach. Both Cathy Lesko of Confetti Sweets and Belinda B of High Tea Bakery are examples of women who have followed this path. Cathy Lesko began Confetti Sweets in her kitchen, moved to a retrofitted bakery in her own home, to a retail outlet in Sherwood Park, Alberta. At her on-site bakery operation, she produces thousands of cookies a day. Recently, Cathy added a line of ready-mix cookie dough so that her customers can easily produce Confetti Sweets cookies at home. She has also added new branded cookie technology, which allows her to paint a company logo onto a sugar cookie that can be distributed for promotional purposes. She never runs out of business growth ideas.
What motivated me to get in the food processing business was actually, I kind of fell into it. I was a stay-at-home mom wanting to do something fun and creative, so I started making cookies and selling them at the farmer's market. And from there, it just grew, and I haven't looked back. The products we produce are primarily cookies. We're known for our totally awesome cookies, but recently we've started to do cupcakes, cakes, puffed wheat, and other goodies in the bakery. For Confetti Sweets business growth in the next few years, going to hopefully look at getting our toes wet in the export business, getting our cookie mix into the grocery stores across Alberta and hopefully across Canada, and also launching a branded cookie website where we can ship cookies across Canada. World cookie domination is what we're going for. The advice I would give to a young woman entrepreneur just getting started is just to do it. So even if you're doing it part-time, even if you're doing it out of your basement, just get your feet wet, go to a farmer's market, sell your product, get feedback, and grow from there. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I think the best part about being a woman entrepreneur is all the programs we have access to. Such programs as Be Awesome. We have access to Alberta Women Entrepreneurs. There's always something new and exciting around the next corner, and I don't think I'm ever gonna not be able to look what's around that next corner.
Belinda Beigold and her mother started High Tea Bakery with an investment of $300 each almost 2 decades ago. Every year, the business has grown until now Belinda operates a thriving retail outlet on Portage Avenue in Winnipeg. Belinda's premier product is a line of custom-made imperial cookies. These tasty bites can be purchased in-store or online and are shipped to consumers who want gourmet imperial cookies. Belinda has even made her cookies for the Queen.
The product that we're most known for producing is the imperial cookie. We are a full-service bakery. We have cakes and other cookies and dainties, but the one that we're most famous for is our imperial cookie. It's an almond shortbread sandwiched with a raspberry jam and then covered in a pure almond icing. It's a very traditional cookie for Winnipeg. They outsell everything in my bakery 10-1. So when we started our bakery in 2003, my mother and I, a lot of the recipes were handed down through the family, and those are what we started with. So we set out to sort of reinvent them, and that's how our imperial cookie came to be. What we did is really make it into more of a gourmet style. Like we make a lot of very tiny cookies, very English in tradition. I wanted to honor my mother. She's actually Australian, but her style of baking is very English. Australians tend to be more influenced by the English style, whereas Canadians tend to have more of an American influence. Scaling up, I think, is one of the single hardest things you have to do as a food producer. Obviously, COVID has certainly challenged me as an entrepreneur in ways that I didn't even think you could be challenged. When you treat your customers right, they're there to support you when you're down. But what I love about entrepreneurship, people often say freedom. You don't have freedom as an entrepreneur. You're like shackled by responsibilities left, right, and center. But what you do have is the flexibility to create the lifestyle that you want around your business. Entrepreneurs are automatically driven and competitive and have that drive to go forward. But what I think you need to do is you have to define what success means to you, because that's going to define your path forward. The resilience you learn over time, I think, and you end up finding out you have reserves that you didn't even know you have, because you're going to fail more often than you're going to succeed. But in the end, if you know what it is you're after, you're going to get it as well.
Ashley Steinhauer also began her successful jam and condiment business in her home-based kitchen. Ashley produces high-quality jams with distinctive ingredients. She markets jams with names like Earl Grey Lavender Peach, to Strawberry Cardamom, to Vanilla Rhubarb. She has carefully expanded her business from its small beginnings in Calgary to a large business with sales in every corner of the province.
I chose the name of my company, Worthy, because when I started making jam, I was experiencing some addiction issues. I found myself in a 12-step group, and I noticed that a lot of the people there were feeling unworthy because of the stigma around addiction. So I wanted to name my company something that reminded me and others that they're worthy of everything that they work towards and their happiness. And I've been producing jam in total for about 6 years. I don't know if I chose to go into my own business. I think it chose me. I've always been involved in the food space. So I was a personal chef before this. I happened to come across a jam contract and I took it, and it kind of took over me, and here I am. The target market for my product is somebody that values local products and somebody that values high quality ingredients. We use organic cane sugar, and we add things to the recipes that not all jams have. So the rhubarb jam has vanilla in it, and the strawberry jam has cardamom. Some of the challenges that I faced in my business have definitely been scaling, going from producing 5 liters of jam in one day to 300 liters of jam in one day. I love the diversity of problems that come up with owning a small business. It's just there's something new every day. It just keeps me on my toes. Some of the personal attributes that a woman needs to be successful in business is to not listen to no, to just push against what other people are telling them that they can't do it. And I've had other women tell me that I can't do it. I think that tenacity, perseverance, and just a hard work ethic. I wanted to name my company to remind myself that I'm worthy of what I'm working towards, and to help others to know that they are also worthy of good things in their life.
Awesome Recognition Award recipients are all passionate about their businesses. Through the production of uniquely crafted, high-quality products, these women entrepreneurs are building a livelihood for themselves and others. Women involved in the food processing sector are investing time and money, taking risks and reaping rewards. Congratulations to them all.
I would just like to thank every woman entrepreneur for their contribution to the agri-food sector. And we really appreciate the risk and the challenges that you have overcome to make your businesses successful. I wish you all the best in the future, and I hope the awesome program can be here for a long time to support you all the way through to your great success.
Congratulations to the 12 women who have successfully started and grown their business. We are so lucky to be able to support you through your journey, and I hope that you reach out to Awesome throughout your journey. Congratulations on your grit, your perseverance, and your innovation.
I would like to extend my wholehearted congratulations to these 12 women. Congratulations for all the hard work and grit and passion you've put into these businesses, and I am so proud of you. Thank you.
Awesome is a customized program of the Saskatchewan Food Centre, supporting women food processors during startup, growth, and expansion. We offer business advice, training, networking, and unique funding programs.